Welcome. Today I'm here to show you a little bit of a rundown on my Ascent kayak trolling motor hack. I have here what I did. I'll start with the basics. Is I made a plate. You can kind of see it there, same kind of shape, but I also bent it and put two holes on the inside of the kayak just to add a little more stability. They're all 5/8 holes. I used a step drill to do that. And I will post a picture of it here. I purchased a nut riveter, I believe it's called, off of Amazon. Just a quick kit there. And I used the 5/8 thread for that. I made for the 6 threads. One is missing, I forgot a bolt at home. But yes, and then I went on Amazon, or I went on Facebook Marketplace, and I purchased a quick mount plate for a minnkota, so that actually you could mount this on your boat or your kayak, but it just quickly then, or you know, the nicest thing is here you can now unload your kayak or load it up and then mount your trolling motor, and it just slides right in and you just put your pin through. I wish there was a little bit quicker of a way to do this with the pin wise. What I do is I put this little dongle thing on here so that when it's unscrewed, I can just kind of attach it to my trolling motor. The trolling motor is an enduro trolling motor, motor itself and shaft. So it's a shorter shaft. It's a way lighter motor than the power drive that is the rest of the unit. I picked up that for about 50 bucks on Marketplace. And the power drive itself I picked up for around $100 on Marketplace, and all I had to do was just a couple screws. The head comes off, there's a power in the ground, and the head comes off, and then everything's transferable. This thing just slides right on the way the other guy was, and it's a lot lighter. You don't need a great big power drive motor on this. This thing does very good as it is. Then I extended the cables to the back, and I am running right now my Amped Outdoors battery on here. I get a power and ground, comes straight to the back, and it hooks right up. So then that's ready to go. Yeah, I will say I added a rope here so that then I can actually hit that with my paddle, and then you know, if I'm in the water. So I should say this too, is I got rid of the lock that was here just to help it so it's a little bit easier to slide. So then when she's in the water like that, I'll just demonstrate that. I can then just hit that tab with the paddle and pull that back up if I'm coming close to a shore, you know, if it's windy or something too. Okay, so with all that said, let's go to throwing this thing in the water, and I'll kind of give you a crash course in this. It is a little bit heavier for stuff like this, just to get it in the water. It's a, you know, it adds whatever that is, 30 or 40 pounds maybe to it. It's not a huge amount. But I've been pretty happy with it. There we go. So I haven't used this in a while, but there you go. It's locked in. I can actually even turn it on here and watch it swim away if I wanted to. But yeah, I'll get on board here. Okay, let's give this thing a roll here. So I'll just kind of give you a rundown here. I think we're in second. Okay, yeah, that's second. So here we'll do, so I think we'll start off from 1 here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I guess that's 12. So I believe, if I remember, I have gone, like in a calm day like this, we're doing about 5 miles an hour. And it's about a half a mile an hour increments. So it's got some decent speed to it. The only problem is you don't want to turn too sharp. I mean, you're not gonna flip, but if you're not paying attention, you could tip. So you do have to be a little bit careful. But my battery that I'm running there, my amp outdoors battery there, it will run approximately 6 to 8 hours depending on what I'm doing. If I'm trolling high speed all day in wind, it'll cut that time probably by a bit, but generally with what I do, it'll run, yeah, around 6 to 7 hours if I'm trolling, stopping and casting in some spots. I did run a fishing tournament there a couple months ago, and yeah, it lasted throughout the day there. So it does, with the smaller motor on there, it does help with battery runtime as well. I will mention again, here is my trusty dusty rope there, and all I do is I take my paddle and then I can move it over to unlatch it there, and I can rip it up in a hurry if I need to. And yeah, you can just go to the front of the kayak and flip it up as well, but this just saves a lot of that hassle if you're in a hurry or you're going as fast as we are now and you come up to something or not paying attention and you're catching a reeling and a fish, then you have something to quickly move that doesn't take much at all to have to do. Something I forgot to mention is I am running this co-pilot remote system on this. It's very easy to do. You just have to unscrew the side panel and it literally plugs right in where your foot pedal would plug in, and this has to be unplugged to run the foot pedal, but it can run a foot pedal. It's just harder to do. So having this, I just have a lanyard around my neck and I can operate this co-pilot. Yeah, it does not give me spot lock. I wish it did, but it gives me all the other features that I need, and is quite convenient actually. It's not as heavy as the minnkota with a spot lock, so I do recommend doing this as well. It's about $150, I'm gonna say, in store to purchase, or if you find somebody that's upgrading, maybe I've seen a few of them even for about $50. So okay, so here we are coming into the dock here. Works pretty good, minus my rod falling over. But even though I wasn't able to catch anything here, just had a quick little bit of time, I will throw in a little segment here of me catching some walleye in a tournament that I did this summer, just so you can kind of get an idea of anything else about it. I did have my live scope with me that day. I have a homemade mount for it as well that I like to use. I want to appreciate everybody for watching. If you have any questions or suggestions or comments, feel free to comment down below, as well as like and subscribe. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.